Hey everybody, it's me again. I have a long message for you, and I'm going to be reading off of a script because capturing all my thoughts is pretty hard to do it just kind of by winging it. So I'm going to be looking up and down here and there, but trust me, all of these thoughts I wrote down and were very genuine. So, anyways, let's not waste any time. Here we go. Finally, after close to 4 months of not uploading content on this channel, here I am giving you all an explanation of what's going on. For those who follow me on Twitter, you guys probably already know the answer to this, but for those who don't or don't have Twitter, now is your chance to know why. I will no longer be a dedicated Mortal Kombat YouTube channel. The era of Brusque Poet, the Mortal Kombat YouTuber, has come to an end. It will soon be 11 years since I started my Mortal Kombat YouTube career, and it's been a huge roller coaster. Started from covering the hype days of Mortal Kombat X and the life cycle of Mortal Kombat X, moving on to the life cycle of Injustice 2, then Mortal Kombat 11, and then Mortal Kombat 1. I was able to experience some irreplaceable, exciting moments from each and every game life cycle that I covered, and some frustrating times where I've had the biggest rants and criticisms. The best thing about it, though, was that my community, not just the Mortal Kombat community, but my community, always felt like you were right there next to me to share those moments. I will always be grateful for the amount of support that I was given by all of you, whether that was leaving a like on my videos or just watching my videos, getting me to 100,000 subscribers, tuning into my live streams, meeting me in real life, saying hello to me. Some who have hung out with me and spent extensive amount of time together, being a part of my active Discord community, or however you personally chose to support me in your own way. Once again, I want to say thank you so much, and I won't ever forget that. I'm saying goodbye to you because as I've gotten older and have recently turned 25, my interests and passions have really shifted in a significant way. Privately, in my own spaces, I went through a lot of rigorous thoughts and conversations, and it was really about what do I value in life? Who do I want to be? What do I really want? Who am I as a man? And who am I as a person? And for some time, I've had concepts of a plan of where I wanted to go, but nothing really set in place until the beginning of January of 2024. Something just clicked in me where I just knew where my values were and what I wanted to do. I value community. I value being a part of something, a part of a team, a part of a purpose. And where specifically do I want to be careerized with that community? It's education. It's being a teacher, ultimately a college teacher as my end game. Now, why education? Well, education is very valuable, especially in this day and age. More and more of our society is requiring our intelligence to be as high as it could possibly be, which means that we need to really be focused in school and education. And yet, some of our schools are not getting the help they need. A lot of young men are not getting college degrees. They're falling behind when it comes to higher education. And they aren't getting the help they need, which means the students are being left behind. The next generation is going to be left behind for the real world that they're going to have to face. Now, I was once a mediocre student myself. In my first year in community college, I had a bunch of W's on my transcripts. I was getting C's, sometimes D's, and my GPA wasn't really that good. COVID came around, which means the schools were shut down. And then a year later, when they opened back up, I decided to go back and give it a second chance to get a fresh new start in a new community college. And wow, did things actually change. I had a professor who was simply just the best at her job. All the material was understandable, and I never felt more welcome to be in a classroom than that one. I never felt like I belonged in the classroom than that one. I really felt like I could learn and that I could get an A in the class and I can get an A in the rest of my classes for the semester. And no matter what was going on with me, my professor made me feel like she was going to help me every step of the way. And from that moment on, the following semesters, I never finished with anything less than a B. And I eventually did get my associate's degree. Now I am pursuing my bachelor's, and I expect to be done in 2026. And a complete 180 happened with me. And I thought to myself, if someone can do this for me, then I can do that for others in any environment that I step foot in. So since then, I've been taking as many steps as I can, and I'm still on the road to being a full-time teacher and being in the education system. I'm not going to change the entire education system. I really care about it, but I'm not even going to change it in my county, but I can control what happens in my classroom. If I could create a fun, passionate, and engaging environment and help at least one student be on the right path to finishing school and getting good grades, I know that I did well and I will feel accomplished. I'm still young. I got a lot going for me, but that's being a part of a community and being a part of a team that I want to involve myself in. I've also really not had the best relationship with Mortal Kombat and the recent iterations of it. The direction of Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1 really just doesn't mesh with me. The amount of retcons and dismissiveness of the storylines and the lore really have signaled to me that the developers don't see Mortal Kombat the way I see Mortal Kombat. The constant change and reboot-ish feeling of each game creates such an inconsistent feeling. Think about it. Mortal Kombat 9 was a complete actual reboot of the franchise, which is fine. You can do one reboot. That's fine. Dismissing MK1 to MK Armageddon. But there was a lot of character storylines and lore from the original MK1 to MK3 games that did not get any exposure in Mortal Kombat 9 and changed some characters for the sake of being a rebooted franchise. Then Mortal Kombat X comes around, and while it's not actually a reboot, it does take the franchise 25 years later after Mortal Kombat 9, focusing on entirely new characters and new stories and new concepts. Sounds like a reboot, right? Completely ignoring and not even touching upon some of the beloved 3D era storylines that at this point maybe will never be shown in modern day cutscenes. Then Mortal Kombat 11 comes around and changes the entire mythos of Mortal Kombat by introducing time travel and Titans and Kronika and Cetrion, the goddess of virtue, when elder gods are not gods of anything. And, and then also completely backtracking on the narrative of a new generation coming in for the franchise with Mortal Kombat X's characters and concepts. It's all just completely backtracked. And then we do another reboot with Mortal Kombat 1, this time with all returning characters and some 3D era characters that I have been begged for. Great, right? But now a lot of them look and act almost entirely different from how we remember them and why we got attached to them in the first place. And not just them, but the classic iconic characters as well also had this effect. How am I supposed to be attached to the franchise that I love when there is a constant reinventing of the wheel? I know this may not actually be the approach of the developers, but it feels like they are saying to me or to the fans that I don't like how the characters and the storylines were back then. I can do it better, when they weren't actually doing anything impressive or actually better. Again, I'm not saying this is actually their philosophy. It's more likely than not that a creative mind really wants to put their ideas in a game that they're making, but they're stuck to using pre-existing characters. But it feels like there is absolutely no care for the story and the direction of the franchise. And after I played through the Chaos Reigns DLC story mode, which was just nothing happened in that story, I was like, all right, I'm out. I just don't care anymore. Now, I was already tapped out by that time, but I was like, bro, what is this? It's not just the story, too. The aesthetics of the game, specifically the way that characters look since MK11, are sometimes unrecognizable. MK11 had way too many overly detailed costumes and just way too much unnecessary gear that just made me say, dude, can I just get a classic arcade or 3D era costume? Can I just get something simplistic? The same with Mortal Kombat 1 as well. I mean, over time, over time as the game's lifespan went on, a lot of classic characters and simple looking costumes were actually added in, but in a rotating Fortnite style item shop in a fully priced game. You have to admit to yourself that there are way too many things in life where you just have to say, is it worth it? Is it really worth getting mad and putting your energy over a game? No. That's where I am in life right now. Now, does this mean I will never play Mortal Kombat and that I just don't want anything to do with Mortal Kombat? Of course not. No. I'm still interested in playing video games. I do it on my off time quite a bit, and have recently been playing more Black Ops 6 and Marvel Rivals nonstop. And boy, is that game fun. In my community, I have a lot of people who are playing it. So if you want to talk to Marvel Rivals, my community is right there for you. So come on into my Discord. But anyways, going on a tangent. With Mortal Kombat, I will still watch the trailers that come out. I'll still probably watch the Mortal Kombat 2 movie, and hopefully if WB gives the rights to another studio to make a spin-off game or something like that, and they actually make a good game, the developers of whoever that may be, actually make a good Mortal Kombat game that remind me of the good old days, then oh yeah, you bet I'll be there to play it. I mean, doesn't mean I'll go back to being a Mortal Kombat YouTuber, but I'll pop in a live stream here and there. We'll see. I may make a comment about something that's going on in Mortal Kombat on Twitter or something, but heavily engage in the franchise like how I used to be on this channel? No. As some of you guys know, I did move to Las Vegas, Nevada back in June of 2024. I wasn't really openly talking about what I was doing here, but now I will. I moved here to do a lot of political work as an organizer in the 2024 election with a PAC named Progressive Victory. Now, I was really concerned with the possibility of Donald Trump winning another term, so I really wanted to ensure that I would do my part as a citizen in helping elect Kamala Harris to win the state of Nevada and also the presidency. And when I got involved, wow, did I meet a lot of people and work with so many people that I did not expect to work with, and experiences that I did not expect to have. I met so many nice people. I lived with housemates for 6 months, all of which were also my coworkers and my boss, and they've become really, really great friends of mine. I got to meet numerous members of Congress, numerous senators from across the country, Bill Clinton, and pundits like Charlie Kirk, who I got to have a short debate with. And I got to meet Vice President Kamala Harris twice. Crazy how this Mortal Kombat YouTuber was a part of something like that. And trust me, there was a lot more things that I was a part of as well. But as you know, Kamala Harris lost the election. So what I came here to do did not happen, but it's okay. I can take the L. I'm a Raiders fan after all. I've been taking L since I was 10 years old, so it's okay. And I don't want to spend a lot of time in this video talking about the past election and why Donald Trump won, but I have noticed, and a lot of people have pointed this out, so this isn't a unique perspective from me, but the new media space, like here on the internet, a lot of commentary from the new media space is dominated by conservative figures, and they all are in lockstep in their support for Donald Trump. Now, meanwhile, the figures on the left space are all purity testing, we're fighting with each other, and hate the Democrats, really. There is like only a few people out there who are hugely supportive of the Democratic Party and Biden and Kamala Harris. And you can't win an election like that. It's not the sole reason why Kamala Harris lost, but it surely didn't help. But as somebody who really cares about this country, I can't simply disengage from the conversation. So I know that when that realization came through, I knew that I could throw my hat in the ring in being a part of a new left media apparatus on the internet. So the content that you can expect moving forward on this channel will be political commentary, content on social issues and cultural issues as well, current events, pop culture topics, IRL content, and maybe a little bit of a focus on the school education system and maybe even sports. Who knows? It really is just going to be vibes from here on out and give you a perspective of me and not just my knowledge on Mortal Kombat and my coverage of Mortal Kombat. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that political content is not everyone's cup of tea, and moving in this direction is going to alienate a lot of people. I know a lot of you will not be interested in that, and that's okay. If you want to take this moment to unsubscribe from me because that's not what you came here for, go right ahead. Now is your chance to do so. No hard feelings. I get it. This is just what's going to happen no matter what direction I decide to take. But at this point in my life, YouTube is not my main source of income. I have a job that pays well and I really enjoy. So even if going forward, I only get like 400 views on a video, that's okay. Because at this point, I'm doing YouTube for fun. I'm doing it as a hobby. Whereas my priorities and my ambitions are in the real world. And I get to fully put myself in a place that makes me happy. And YouTube is there to display that in some way. In case you were wondering where I lie politically, personally, I'm just not a fan of labels because saying I'm a Democrat means 5 million things to people. Saying that I'm on the left means another 5 million things to another set of people. What I really care about is talking about your ideas and beliefs. But if I had to label myself to make some things clear, I would consider myself center left. So when my future videos come around, just know it's going to be coming from a center left, left-leaning perspective. And if you're in my audience who's a conservative or a Republican, don't worry. It's okay. I will engage and talk with as many conservatives as I possibly can. After all, you all won. So I'm going to have to, whether I like it or not, for the next 4 years. So before I go, I wanted to close off by once again saying thank you to the Mortal Kombat community, my community, for the excellent 11 years of my life. I've got to meet Ed Boon on numerous occasions. I've gotten to a point where he knows me and who I am and watches my videos, along with other current developers of Mortal Kombat at NetherRealm Studios and people who work at WB Games who have just been so incredibly nice to me. So just know that if you happen to be watching this video, whoever you may be, that my disinterest in Mortal Kombat is not personal. And despite my vigorous criticisms, I have a lot of respect and gratitude for each and every one of you for the opportunities that you gave me and the great times, even if they were small, the great times that we shared together. To the friends that I've made along the way, fellow colleagues or other Mortal Kombat YouTubers that I've gotten to know and share respect for, Twitter mutuals, my Discord regulars, thank you all so much for being a very big part of this long road that I have taken. And don't worry, I will still be here. You all can talk to me whenever you'd like. So I'm still going to probably make some fun visits to FGC majors like Combo Breaker or CEO or EVO, especially EVO since it's here in Las Vegas and I live here now. So you'll see me around, but really, again, thank you all so much. And if you happen to be another fellow Mortal Kombat YouTuber that I know, that I've gotten to know, and you're having the same struggle of not knowing if you want to make a jump ahead and expanding your channel and doing something entirely different with yourself, and trust me, I know who some of you are, and some who I've talked to who have said this to me, or some who have said this under the radar, but I'm going to tell you, just go for it. It's going to be okay. Have faith. Maybe you want to talk about politics and cultural issues with me, or maybe it's another game. Whatever it may be, take the jump, take the leap of faith, and go get that higher ground. That goes for anyone else in here as well who is struggling with tough decisions in your own life, whatever context that may be. Just go for it. It's going to be okay. I know for some of you, this is going to be the last video you will watch of me, and that's totally okay. But for those who are coming with me on this new journey to watch the next era of my channel, I will see you guys in the next video.